Talk about the one of the Trinities in MMOs, okay? Hank. Here's Hank again.
Walk with us as we escort you to safety, experience, and the adventure of a lifetime.
All right. Now we're going to do an Escort Quest. This is basically, we're going to try to lead you, okay, more than what Lurker just did for Final Fantasy 40, lead you to safety, XP, and the adventure of a lifetime. So given this, and I kind of prepped it a little bit, we'll ask Lurker first this question, okay, because I know that he does play a variety of different classes, right? But I was thinking, what is your favorite? The tank, healer, or DPS? Talk about the one of the Trinities in MMOs, okay? Hank. Here's Hank again. Tank, healer, or DPS? Which one do you prefer playing the most, Lurker?
Well, I main healer right now. But I don't know if that's my favorite to play, to be completely honest. I think for me it really depends on the way that the class is implemented, more so than like the role that it is. Sometimes, though, I do realize that I do really like big numbers, so maybe it's going to be DPS for me. I love big numbers.
Well, so if you had DPS, what's your most favorite character of any game you played that you liked DPS wise?
Oh, of every game that I've liked?
Any game, yes. Any game across all the spectrum.
Well, from World of Warcraft, I would say my favorite DPS was always Warrior.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Being able to charge is one of the gap closers or something that I really enjoy. Probably more so than it needs to be like deserved as far as things go, but I love gap closers. In Final Fantasy 14, my current DPS main is Samurai, and gap closer, big numbers, fun rotation, all three. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I mainly played I played all three classes. My favorite tends to be tank because it's like I feel like I'm the guy who used to rush forward. Even when I'm playing a DPS clothy, I'm always feeling like saying in the back is just terrible. I was playing Rust last night with the GMA community. We did a attack on an oil rig. And I was like, Kennethan, just stand in the back, because I didn't have enough gear or weapons, right? But stand in the back, I'm like, this feels weird, like I'm a coward, okay? Being in the back, I don't like that, But Solomon, which do you prefer to playing? What is your favorite? Healer, tank, DPS? And then out of all that, what's your favorite character you ever played at all?
I actually really don't have a favorite. It just depends on the game.
Okay.
I used to play the game that was back when MMOs actually utilized the Trinity more so than than they do today. It was always the tank that was always in need when you had to do dungeons and raids and stuff like that. So I would generally play tanks like all the time because nobody else wanted to play the tank, and so I got into every group. But I did that out of necessity, not necessarily because it was my favorite thing to do. You could always go back and make alts and just kind of do your own thing at the same time, which is always nice. But then, I had more time back then, so I don't necessarily have could do that these days, obviously. But yeah, in terms of favorite, I don't know. That's a good question. Honestly, nothing really sticks out. I mean, I like the smuggler in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Ah.
I find that to be incredibly enjoyable because it was like one of the biggest AoE damage classes in the game. The Musa from Black Desert Online is always fun. Me being from South Korea, I thought it was.
What happened?
We lost him.
What happened?
We lost him.
What?
Oh no.
No, wait a minute. I'm still here.
No, now you're me now. Lurkers can and
well, turn your computer back on.
I know.
Turn your camera back on.
My camera is on. That's what I don't get. So I think, man, this is
your
weird.
Discord camera isn't on.
Well, yeah, I get that. I'm just trying to do several things here. Pop it out again. I don't get this. I had my Discord is. Am I still streaming still? Huh?
Yeah, you're still on.
All right. So something happened. See, this Discord does it all. The reason why I'm doing this, by the way, is because my camera has problems with Discord. You know, that's why I've been doing it this way. It works better. So now I gotta go back over here. Let me go back to my actual Discord here. Yes, on my OBS virtual camera. Test video. It's go. Okay, I don't get it. Why? I gotta go. That's weird. Sorry, sorry, Solomon.
It's too late. We have to end the show now.
I end the show now.
Yeah.
All right. So you were saying the smuggler in SWTOR you like the most.
That and like again the me being from South Korea, I really like the idea of having a class that resembles some of the historic warriors that
Oh yeah.
that they have in Black Desert Online. I mean, that should be no surprise considering, well, I was gonna say Kakao Games, but Pearl Abyss. No, wait, is Pearl Abyss? Yeah, Pearl Abyss, I believe, is from South Korea too.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. I don't know why I don't know that. Wow, I fail as at even being Korean. So yeah, they have a lot of classes that resemble their the historical warriors and stuff like that. Particularly from there. I mean, because again, like I think, or I gotta word this carefully. Like playing a samurai and stuff like that is cool, but like Japanese culture tends to be pretty popular amongst Western games and stuff like that. But like Korean, even Chinese to some extent, certainly a lot of southeastern Asian countries tend to get overlooked in my opinion. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like it I find that super interesting to see something that you don't see every day. So
Yep.
yeah, I probably pick those two. Those are probably the ones that stick
No,
out
that's cool.
in my mind.
That's cool. I mean, the guy I played the most, for World of Warcraft was Druid. I liked the fact that this Druid could be tank and DPS, go back and forth. Did not make it a Restro Druid, so I wasn't really healing, but it was kind of fun to go back and forth and fly. And naturally, when you play about SWTOR as a Jedi, I like playing a Jedi, but it wasn't always the best class overall. I played a
Right.
healer. I played a healer in WoW. So I'm a guy who but I'm a guy who takes it to tank only because I feel like you said, nobody else wants to do it. I'll do it. Whenever people put the groups together, like people always say, I'll do this and this. Like, well, who wants to be a tank? And I say, well, I'll be a tank. I mean, I don't mind it. My first character in MMO from Archage of Camelot was a paladin. I mean, that's just fit more of my character, seemed like. So SirJahzeal, about you? Tank, healer, DPS, and what was your favorite overall, whatever class it was?
Well, there's some variations here, but I enjoy kind of more hybridish kind of characters, mainly DPS, but that are able to swap. You just mentioned Druid. That's one of them. That's currently what my main is in World of Warcraft. And the reason for that is I like being able to fill any role that's needed at the moment.
Okay.
And being on a character such as a druid, that you have the secondary affinities that you can do and hop into that real quick in a pinch where your healer or your tank have bit the dirt and and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you've got a bunch of clothies running around going, no, my hair's on fire, and it's like, it's
Wait,
really just a
how'd they
great
go?
feeling to know, oh, my hair's on fire. It's a great feeling to know that I can pop into that affinity and help out the group and keep us alive. I've got a battle res, because there's some classes that have reses, but they can't do it during battle. So that's kind of cool. Again, that's if you have the affinity for doing healing. And I don't need mounts because I am the mount.
Yeah.
I can fly. I can turn into a mount. Well, even my flight form now, since Legion, I can have someone hop on my back and I can fly them, or I can do the ground mount that they can hop on my back. And
Didn't know
yeah,
that.
it's just little things like that. Plus the utility of it. There's so many different little tools that you got that are just absolutely brilliant at being able to help the group out to mitigate damage and keep crowd control, I should say. For some reason my mind started to go blank there. With my being able to do entangling roots and all that. Now, a year ago, I would have said Warlock, just because even on Elder Scrolls Online, I do the Necromancer, and I've always played like Necromancers and Warlocks type characters, even if they weren't called that. That's what basically they were. Because I'm evil, I guess. No, that's not it. I don't know. I just like that. Man, they take a little ramp up. Those type of classes normally have utilization of dots, but man, you can pour them on and just watch the bosses especially just melt. And it's just so powerful feeling to, to be able to do that. Plus, they often have a lot of utility for your group in there, not just health stones or being able to port people to the group, although those things are very cool. Yeah. I enjoy the lore of those as well. Now, I will say, this is kind of a third one, and I didn't really play it as much as I did. Actually, I don't even remember what the last main that I had on Guild Wars 2, but the Engineer is just such a unique class, and it is just so fun. If I ever do return to it, which I've been saying I was going to for like the last 6 months, but then we, GMA started playing Rust, and now I'm doing Rust, ESO, and WoW, and I started playing City Skylines again in the evenings as kind of my wind down game. So I got my hands full. Eventually, I'll go back to Guild Wars 2, especially now that they've dug themselves out of the grave, and they've got an expansion on the way, and things are looking pretty good. I might tinker around with that class. Tinker. Oh boy,
that was a good one.
Pun wasn't intended initially, but we'll play like I was that witty. But
that's pretty cool.
But if I had to nail it down, I would say it's more of a hybrid kind of class. The Paladin or big time the Druids seem to always, and most MMOs that they're a part of, that they just have such great utility and that ability to tank, to heal, or to do DPS. They're never on the top of the charts, or well, actually, they are right now in World of Warcraft. Depending on which boss fight it is, they are. But because they're hybrid, they're usually not at the top. But I'm okay with sustained, reliable damage, even if it's a little bit lower, instead of being bursty and relying on RNG, because my RNG is just, I don't know, I've got a cloud over my head when it comes to that. So I really enjoy it for all those reasons.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Solomon is letting us know by virtue of his movements that he's getting close to going to work. So we're going to finish up anyway. So thank you so much for that, Escort. We hopefully got you to safety and it gets some experience and hopefully an adventure of a lifetime. Check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.